If you ignore these 4 signs, you could lose years to the wrong relationship cycles of compromise, confusion, and starting over. What if the reason you are still single isn't rejection but protection? I'll show you 4 signs that indicate God is preparing your future relationship, and overlooking them could cost you emotionally, spiritually, and relationally. Here's the real question. Are you waiting to be chosen or preparing for a covenant? Those are 2 different identities. One seeks validation, while the other focuses on preparation. Most people in a season of waiting ask, when will I meet them? The more insightful question is, what is being formed in me? That shift is significant. Once you start measuring formation instead of feelings, you cannot return to a fantasy-based romance. Think of an airport runway. Before a plane lands, the lights activate one by one. A landing is visible, but the preparation is subtle. Similarly, the arrival of a relationship is public, while character preparation is quiet. Today, we're using a pre-launch checklist. Pilots do not rely on excitement, they verify readiness. You will verify 4 signs refining purposeful movement. Like Ruth in the field, spiritual acceleration, confirmation through trusted authority. Take a journal and draw 4 columns labeled refining, movement, acceleration, confirmation. Here's the rule. Any category under 3 means you should strengthen it before making a deeper commitment. So far, one principle matters. Don't interpret silence as abandonment. Evaluate it as preparation. Sign 1, refining, not comfort, not ease, but refining. When old insecurities resurface or past trauma echoes louder than expected, most assume something is wrong. The framework suggests the opposite. Here's what that looks like in real life. You meet someone kind, and suddenly your fear of abandonment spikes. That's not random. It's an old wound becoming loud before love gets serious. God prepares the person before he reveals the partner. Picture a key being cut to fit a specific lock. Metal is shaved away precisely. The friction is not cruelty, it is customization. Before refining, you interpret triggers as proof you are unlovable. After refining, you see triggers as data revealing what still needs healing. Example 1. You send a message and receive no reply for 4 hours. Anxiety spikes and your mind jumps to rejection. The reaction feels present, but it's historical. Your nervous system is replaying an old imprint. Example 2. A healthy person sets a boundary. Instead of feeling respected, you feel control. Why? Because boundaries were once used to manipulate you. Now you resist structure that would actually protect you. Or maybe it's jealousy when someone succeeds. That reaction reveals scarcity thinking, and scarcity destroys partnership. If refining is ignored, attraction outpaces maturity. Minor conflict becomes major rupture. Patterns repeat not because love failed, but because healing was postponed. Quick exercise. Conduct a trigger audit. Write 3 recurring emotional reactions from the past 6 months. Ask, what belief fuels this reaction then? Is that belief aligned with truth? Result first, same desire. Different outcome because preparation changed. Pause and rate your refining from 1 to 5. Sign 2, movement. Specifically, purposeful movement like Ruth in the field. Ruth did not chase Boaz. She gleaned faithfully. She worked and served. The meeting occurred through obedience, not obsession. Environment shapes encounter probability. Before movement, you spend energy scanning for a person. After movement, you invest energy strengthening your calling. Intersection follows direction. When 2 people pursue purpose, values surface naturally. There is less performance and more authenticity. Define 1 area of purposeful movement for the next 90 days. Professional growth, ministry involvement, skill building, or service. Ask yourself, if I met my future spouse today, would they see momentum or stagnation? Waiting without movement breeds frustration. Waiting with movement builds readiness. So far, we've covered internal healing and external direction. Now comes the tension point most people ignore. Sign 3, spiritual acceleration. Diagnostic question. Does this connection move you closer to God or subtly pull you away? This is where emotion can blur discernment. If you start hiding the relationship from people who know you best, that's not romance, that's regression. If your prayer life shrinks to protect the connection, that's not acceleration, that's erosion. If you lower standards just to keep momentum, that's not flexibility, that's fear. On the other hand, increased hunger for scripture, shared service, deeper conversation questions about calling peace instead of anxiety. Acceleration upgrades capacity. It does not downgrade integrity. For 2 weeks, track your spiritual disciplines, prayer, scripture, service. Compare your interactions before and after. Chemistry is immediate. Acceleration is measurable. Let me make this concrete. Imagine two people, both 32, feeling pressure because friends are married and social media is loud. Person 1 rushes into the first exciting relationship. Chemistry is intense and they feel chosen. But gradually, compromises slip in. Prayer declines. Red flags get rationalized. Conflict exposes unhealed wounds. The foundation cracks. Person 2 feels the same pressure but chooses structure. They address emotional triggers, serve in community, and seek counsel. A year later, they meet someone while aligned with purpose like Ruth in the field. The connection grows steadily, mentors affirm it, and peace deepens. Same loneliness, different lens. Same desire, different preparation, different outcome. Loneliness whispers, "You're late." God says, "You're under construction." Now we arrive at the most ignored sign. Sign 4, confirmation through authority. Emotion narrows perception. Community expands it. Before confirmation, you rely solely on personal feelings. After confirmation, you invite structured discernment from pastors, mentors, and mature friends. If multiple wise voices independently express peace, that convergence matters. If they consistently hesitate, that hesitation matters too. Important: listen without defensiveness. If feedback triggers anger, revisit sign 1. Refining and confirmation are connected. Isolation amplifies infatuation. Counsel refines it. Research shows that third-party evaluation improves long-term decision accuracy. Biblically, counsel stabilizes direction. Here's a natural checkpoint. Refining, movement, acceleration, confirmation, all 4 matter. If even one is under 3, strengthen it before deeper commitment. Refining without movement leads to introspection fatigue. Movement without refining leads to ego expansion. Acceleration without confirmation leads to spiritual pride. Confirmation without acceleration leads to stagnation. All 4 must report green. A pilot does not simply feel ready and take off. Fuel is checked, instruments calibrated, and weather reviewed. If one warning light flashes red, the plane waits. Not because the destination is wrong, but because the timing is unsafe. For your life, this step is just measuring distance to readiness. Discernment follows a chain: clarity of character, healthy action, spiritual alignment, communal peace, stable decision. Break one link and strain appears later. Some say, if I wait for all 4 signs, I'll miss opportunities. But opportunities that require you to abandon your values are not doors. They are distractions. Others say, authority should not influence my romantic decisions. In business, wise leaders seek advisors. In health, we consult doctors. Why reject counsel in one of life's most consequential decisions? Is independence strength or resistance to accountability? Here's the shareable truth. God prepares the person before he reveals the partner. Preparation is not punishment, it is protection. Before this framework, decisions feel reactive. You text because you feel lonely. You commit because you fear losing the opportunity. You rationalize red flags because the connection feels intense. After this framework, decisions feel examined. You pause, measure, and ask better questions. You don't force harvest season, you prepare the soil. And when the fruit comes, it's stable. 1 year from now, you will either repeat another cycle or stand in a relationship you didn't have to chase. The difference will not be timing, it will be preparation. Take a quiet moment and pray. God, refine what is immature. Direct my movement like Ruth. Accelerate what draws me towards you and confirm what is aligned. Remember, the most ignored sign was confirmation. So tell me, chemistry first or confirmation first? Comment A for chemistry, comment B for confirmation, and defend it, because discernment grows through dialogue and preparation transforms waiting from passive endurance into active growth. The runway lights are already turning on. The only question is whether you're becoming the kind of person who can land safely when love arrives.